In this episode, we are escaping to Habarana. So, Ritigala, it's a strict nature reserve, and there are actually three nature reserves in Sri Lanka. One is actually Haggala Gardens or Haggala Strict Nature Reserve, which is in Nureli, and the second one is actually Yala. It's actually adjacent to Block 2, and the third one is the Ritigala one, which we are exploring today. The archaeological department is actually doing surveys. As you can see, there are a lot of people put in the effort to document and to preserve the history of this place. And they've been some of the videos I've seen earlier had all of this area. It was still trees and it was completely covered in the forest dens, but now they have dug up most part of it. I think they're still doing the excavation, trying to go down, clearing the dirt and just to trying to dig up the history. It's good to see that there's a lot of effort being put into this place. Okay, let's go and see what else we can see here. There are a lot of monkeys on the trees. I don't know whether you'll be able to see. Oh yeah, you can. All of this area has been cleared. Watch your step here. I think we have to go through this path. Oh, the steps are steep. As you can see, this it's like a huge chunk of rock, which they have taken from these boulders surrounding the mountain, the main mountain. And even today, there's some indications that how they've, the tools that they've used, might have used. If you see these ones, so these are the little holes that has been left out now. What they've done is they've poked it with metal bars and broken the rock into slight, small pieces, and then carved out or flattened it. And yeah, this whole steps is built with those big blocks of rock.
Can you even go this way?
What?
Can you go this way down there?
Oh yeah, we can go from this side to the other side of the water pool.
There's a waterfall?
Yeah. So this is a Buddhist monastery. So there were about, what they say is there was about 500 odd Buddhist monks, and this was one of the pools that they've created for everybody's water requirements, for them to drink, for them to yeah. Let's go up. Yeah, it's steep. Okay, this is something interesting. This is an interesting area. Now, once you climbed all the way, from there upwards, you come to a small, like a small flat surface area. So what they say is that if you can see this circle, it's made out of rock blocks, and this was filled to an extent with water. So the monks who climbed from the bottom up, um, and it's basically, this is like a resting area for them to sit on this circle rock block, and then dip their feet into the water, which was like up to the ankle depth. So just to get the tiredness, the warm climate out of the bodies, and then give some soothing, like a resting, little bit of a rest, to be honest. So yeah, it's really interesting, the 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 architecture and that the design mechanism which they have thought, at that time. Mind you, this was 3rd century BC, so long time ago, and you wonder what sort of a technology which they have used at that time. So yeah, interesting. Let me show you another interesting one, right around here. Okay, now passing this big circle of rock, this resting area, you walk through this path and you find an interesting structure. Now, if you look closely, you would see that this is just like a big block of the rock, and several blocks, and you see these two flat rock beds. So what they've done is flattened it out, two pieces of rocks. They placed it on each side of this like little gap, and from there, in the rainy monsoon season, the water drips down from the mountain, right? So it flows through underneath. So this is actually a rock bridge, and apparently there are several of these rock bridges found around in this location. So when the monsoon season comes, when the water runs through here, pretty sure that it might have been a very soothing scenery for the monks who are meditating and walking down this path. Would be able to feel that, and would enhance it, would allow them to have that peace and that connection with the nature. So I think most of you would know that, when you're meditating, one of the most requirement is that you have that focus, and one of the teachings is that you focus on your eyes looking at one place without allowing your eyes to have that distraction, and also the sounds that you're listening or hearing, to have that one calming, soothing sound where, would allow you to have your meditation focused in one location, one place of mind and thought. So this is one of the backbone reasons for the monks to have these sort of pathways, which is more connected with the nature, have it, built, so then it helps them to, one, to connect with the nature and have that simplicity life, and also the other one is to help them with their meditation practices. So yeah, so let's go up and see what else we can see. Let's go.
No. Mommy, come up here. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can see one single length of rock. So these are like the cornerstones, or the stones that you find, and then they have the whole structure, the roof of this building. There is an sort of an opening area here. The only sounds I can hear right now, I can hear a couple of different types of birds tweeting around. I can hear a huge, like a gush of wind is going across. And I can hear some monkeys, and I can hear the leaves getting crushed together because of the wind. And no wonder why, monks chose this place. I mean, this was centuries and centuries ago, but then I would imagine that the place at least had some sort of resemblance to what we are seeing right now, or what we are experiencing right now. Just calm, quiet, and a lot of history. Comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Let's climb.
Let's get to the top.
In the top, at the top, um, there are some ruins of a library where the monks used to go read books.
There's a library on top of a mountain.
Yes, on top of a mountain. And there, even today, you can see the rock seats they have prepared. The monks to lean when they're reading books, when they're meditating.
Is there any rocker books?
Hmm?
Rocker books?
No books.
It'd be nice to see rocker books. My compass is always right.
So this is the path monks took to meditate while they're going up on this path. So one of the ideas I've heard of for them to have this path in this way is to that you have the forest on either side, and you have one simple path in the middle, which allows the monks to basically focus on one aspect, or focus on one thing, without allowing any any distraction. There's huge boulders on the below the mountain. So we come to the second Kimanhala. That's what we call in Sinhala, but in English translation it would be resting area. You will find the same circle here made out of stone blocks, and you have that same like a sort of a well type of area where monks can dip their feet into the water and rest before heading into this pathway up on the mountain. There are pathways on this side as well. Not too sure what they are or where they lead to, but for now let's focus on the main path. I don't think you can realize it on the video, but these steps are really steep. Sweating like a pig. Haven't been able to go on a hike for quite some time. So the body is giving signs. See, just a simple pathway inside the jungle. That's about it. And look at this tree. The root is massive. I'm pretty sure it will take about 4 or 5, me reaching out my hands like this, and then 4 or 5 times like that. I wonder how old that tree is. Over that side also there are some structures, stone structures, but then I don't think the archaeological department has done any sort of restoration on that side, because I think even on the information I've got is that they've asked us to stay within this path and not to go out of it. One is that this is a strict nature reserve, Like I told earlier, there's only 3 in the whole country, and they are pretty serious when it comes to somebody's, wandering around, start cutting trees. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be that one person. There's a little bridge. I'm pretty sure this looks like an ideal place for a waterfall in the monsoon season, and the drop is also quite deep here on this side, so an ideal place for a nice little waterfall. Too bad that we are here in the how to say, in the dry season, but it's actually the southwest monsoon time now. But then this area hasn't had a rain for some time, so yeah. So talking about the place, they've identified several types of plant species that are unique to this location. So I think that's one of the reasons that they've kept it out of the human touch, or because to enter the strict nature reserve you need to have a special approval sort of a thing from different departments. I guess the wildlife department and the forest department and whatnot. I think they're only giving it for if you're doing sort of a research, and basically you need to get a proper approval to come and basically go into the restricted area. So one of the other mythologies I've heard is that when Lakshmana, Prince Lakshmana was injured in war, the monkey god Hanuman was tasked to bring medicinal herbs. So he was sent out to Himalaya to bring the herbs, but the story says that he forgot the name of the medicine. So what he did was he actually broke a part of the Himalaya mountain, and while he was carrying it, and going, 3 parts actually fell down in Sri Lanka. One is Ritigala. The other one is Rumasala. I can't remember the third place. So if you know, please do comment. So I can also learn more of that, that mythology, the stories comes behind it. Okay, so we've come to again another little resting area. Remember I showed you about 2 locations earlier when we were coming. So this is another one of those locations, but this one is more preserved. As you can see, this whole area, like this part, you can still see the stone edges, and it's curved, like you're sitting, one of those chairs which supports your back, right? So and you can see this little stepping part as well, where the monks used to sit and rest and dip their feet in the water. So again, one of those resting areas before we head to the peak. We're still halfway through, I think, so let's go and see. Oh, Onino, yeah. Huh? We can't go from here. Itani bahala. So looks like the path has been blocked. And yeah. So we'll be heading back now, heading back down. So another thing I wanted to show is this one. This is a lavatory where for you to keep your feet. So this is the technology that we had centuries ago in Sri Lanka. Okay, let's continue to see what else we can see around. Hmm? No, not a gravestone. Oh yeah, you can't go in the jungle, but I think that's just maybe some other like a plaques on the two sides, one here and one here. Okay, let's go. One other thing I've noticed is that if you look at some other archaeological sites, for example Anuradhapura or Polonnaruwa, you would see that these stepping stones or these pathways are carved with designs on sides, and sometimes you see like statues of lions, or some like the coconut flower, which is a symbol of prosperity. But here in this side you don't see any of them. You don't see any sort of carvings done on the stones or even on the foundation of the buildings. One is this is a monastery. So monks are the ones who are here, who live their life with simplicity. They didn't want any sort of a grandeur or like an elegance of the buildings that they were living in. All what they want is that basic requirement, a structure, a building for them to, for them to rest, for them to get medicine, for them to meditate. So I think that's the reason that you don't find anything on these buildings or even on the pathways. So we are heading back down now. Let's see if we find any other interesting things that we can show you guys. But yeah, if you are coming to the Habarana side or the Dambulla side, see if you can spend some time here as well, where you can come spend maybe 1 or 2 hours going through these pathways and then seeing all these ancient ruins maybe learning about some of the technologies that the Sri Lankans used centuries ago. So yeah, let's go and see if we can find some more things. Yeah, what to say?
This
Padanagara. Padanagare.
Habarana 3.
Let's.
I think this is
These have not yet been excavated or restored. What you're seeing is the ruins, how it's been. Let's continue this on this little path and see where it takes us. Look at the size of this tree. Okay, I think where we are going right now is the library. So the monastery had its own library where monks can come and read scriptures, books, and do meditation as well. And there's one interesting fact about it. Let me go there and show it to you guys. Here you go. Oh, we have another stone bridge, just the one like the one that we saw earlier. And this is where the waterfall, the dried up waterfall I showed earlier, comes flowing down. And you can see here 3 huge blocks of stones, and if you look closely here, you will see that this rock, it's actually carved, and so that this block can actually rest there. So that's the interesting thing about this stone bridge, because it doesn't use any nuts or balls to hold these stone blocks. What they have done is they've carved one piece out of it and one piece out of this rock on this side, because this is actually one rock here and one huge rock on this side. So they've carved it 2 sides so they can rest in this big block. So yeah, let's go and see. When the water comes, when in the monsoon time comes, It would have been a really nice scene because you can see the water flowing down here under the stone bridge and going from this side and flows down to the bottom of the mountain, and you have this big structure which is the library. So you can see the huge chunks of rock blocks, stone blocks being brought up here, and again no frills stone path. Part of it is actually not there anymore, so we'll have to cross the rock. Okay, up you go. There you go. Good. And this is what's left out. And look at this weave. So this side could be the Polonnaruwa side, and even now you can only see like a lush valley of green. So I wonder what sort of a what do you call scenery at that time, centuries ago, would have been. But then I think it could have been something like this as well. So yeah, so that's from here to the naked eye. You can't see any buildings, any structures other than where we are standing right now. So it's a really nice little place for anybody to come and spend a little time, read a book, and then have that nice view to rest. Yeah. So let's go down again and see.
Is that a well?
Yeah. So this is a grinder. This is a grinder. They put all the herbs, grind it, and I don't know whether you've seen this. This one is where they roll the herbs with like a big cylinder of rock. They grind, and when the oil from the herbs flows down, it goes through this little like a hole, and it drips down to this well. So this one is all covered or filled with medicine.
So they come fill medicine from a bucket and
No,
fill from here.
from here.
It's not that big. I thought it would be deep.
That is a medicine bed.
A medicine bed? What
Yes.
is that?
So it's a bed. So the patient comes and lie on that, and this one is all filled with
That's cool.
I don't know.
Maybe the waiting room?
Could be.
Because we have to put seats. So you rest your back.
Entonces yo creo que era una fauna curativa con las especies.
This side? No, from here. Mm. So we finished the Ritigala hike, and now we came to where we will be staying for today, and probably tomorrow as well. We'll be checking into Habarana Village, Cinnamon. Um, so let's go and see how it looks like. This is actually the second time we've been here. It's a nice little place. Let's see if I can take you guys on a quick walkthrough as well. Yeah, hold on, let me just show you how it looks like. Yeah, so this is the entrance. So where you come in from the main road, and you got the pool on the other side, got the tennis court. Yeah, quite peaceful place.
Check-in?
I don't want your napkin. So we are still waiting until they do the check-in process. Pretty quick. They usually take a couple of about 15-20 minutes to get things sorted. The hotel doesn't look packed, so hopefully we'll be able to get the room soon enough. Yeah. This is the lobby area, and the restaurant is right on the other side. .301 straight. .305. See if you can find.
The number.
16 onto your left. Go and open. Where?
Stop getting inside. Oh.
Go.
Whoa.
Go. Oh, they have the shampoo, the sugar gel, and body lotion. The body lotion deluxe smells really good. We've tried that like several times.